Today we replaced the rear sway bar link on an F-Series Mini Cooper.
The car is in park and parking brake is on.
Without removing the bolts, break all bolts on all wheels loose before jacking the Mini up, front and rear. This will let us remove the wheels once the Mini is up off the ground. See my other video on safely and reliably getting the Mini up in the air. The short takeaway is that the Mini doesn't have easily accessible jack points on the bottom unless you jack from the pads on the sides first. And at that point, your jacks are under the pads, so how do you put your jack stands in? So in that video we show you how you can get the Mini off the ground with 2 jacks and 4 jack stands, and 4 wooden blocks if you build wooden blocks, or 3 jacks and 4 jack stands if you don't build wooden blocks. If you don't build wooden blocks, you can use a jack on each side. Then the third jack supports the jack point in the middle underbody, while you remove the side jacks and put jack stands there. Repeat that for the rear. If you build wooden blocks, you jack using 2 jacks from the sides, place the wheels on the blocks, then jack from the middle under the body to lift the front or rear, remove the blocks under the wheels, and place the Mini down on jack stands on the sides. Remove the wheel by removing the 17mm bolts and moving it out of the way.
Next, we're going to disconnect this sway bar link. I'm going to give it a nice soak. 16mm. Oh! Now with that, it broke loose. It is a T30. Cool. Okay, for not to jack from the rotor shield, you want to jack from the suspension component below. There we go. This doesn't pop right out because it's held in place at the bottom. There we go. We removed it.
Once we relieved pressure and removed the top of the sway bar link, at the bottom there is a simple bolt that holds the sway bar link to the suspension. Once we remove that bolt, the whole sway bar link is removable. On the other side, it was basically impossible to remove this sway bar link because the top nut was frozen / rusted on. It even snapped the T30 inside, and you can kind of see on the nut where it spun through.
No matter what we did, my neighbor helped. We could not get this guy off. It even snapped the T30 inside. It was stripping the nut, as you can see.
So if that happens to you, your options are basically heat and or cutting off this bolt and replacing the sway bar link, or simply cutting the sway bar link here or here and basically cutting it off at that point. Then we proceed to the lower bolt, and the stuck sway bar link will be removable.
Now we just installed the sway bar link using the jack under the lower control arm to line this up, put it through and thread it on. It is 16mm.
And reinstall the wheel.